Welcome everyone back to another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video. My name is DFree. Here today, we will be jumping in with the brand new TEQ Roshi. Hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Hit that subscribe if you are new for more content. First thing I want to point out is that this is basically the best rotation we can get, and watch what happens. So I want to point out we are taking on the punching machine event. The newer stages do allow for you to use items, as you will see right here. As you can probably tell by now, this is a pre-recorded video. I recorded this on my phone on my way over to the movies, so I wanted to get this, basically handled. So as you see, like I said, this is basically one of our better rotations that we can get, and we're trying to see what the Roshi can do ultimately offensively. So we want to get a full board of green orbs. Now, I think that's Tokoyaki, whatever it is. Correct me if I'm mistaken. Regardless, that item randomly changes the color to green. And, yeah. Okay. We got screwed. We got literally screwed because I couldn't get, and this is just the nature of this event, I couldn't get it to change the purples into greens. Now, it is not a thing where if the first one doesn't work, the second one won't work. I've already run this through like 3 days in a row to get this footage and stuff. And, if the first one doesn't work, the second one could. But nonetheless, 10 million attack stat for Roshi. Still does a 23 million damage critical hit. So, like, you look at it and it's like, wait a minute, how is he able to do that? Roshi is a very, very interesting unit because there are not a lot of units like him in the game. In fact, I think there's only, like, he's the only one like that. He's basically Devilman with the passive active as a guaranteed thing. So let me go ahead and explain this. Defense plus 150 at the start of the turn. While this plays, just pay attention to what we're doing. Anyways, he does supreme damage, by the way, which holds him back. Defense plus 150 at the start of the turn. Attack plus 628%. Oh, man. I think I'm going to quit this one. This is just, all he has here is Fierce Battle, by the way, so this is nothing crazy. 628% attack increase, minus 100% defense, and performs a critical hit when performing a super attack once only. So those are all things. He doesn't get that 628 every turn or whatever. It's just a one-time thing. He gets it one hit, that's it. The second part of his passive is while stunning himself and the attacked enemy after the super attack. So he stuns himself because they don't want you to get an additional attack. Immediately he stuns himself and he stuns the attacked enemy. So that's really good. So 20 million attack here. The 628 is an insanely high number. Like I said, he's basically Devilman, 48 million crit, but he's not because Devilman, he's a little bit different. But this is the only unit like this, and it's really interesting. Like he's the epitome of a gimmicky unit. So I thought that was really funny. Links are Turtle School, Infighter, Supreme Warrior, Brainiacs, World Tournament Champion, The Incredible Adventure, and Fierce Battle. We noticed, me and my friend DeVille, we noticed this the other day, but Roshi doesn't have the 20% attack Dragon Ball link that all Dragon Ball units have, and it actually holds him back even more. Supreme damage, not having the 20% link, those are things that hold him back big time. He would be outputting a lot better if he had those things, which is why initially, I had him with Kami, because I think Kami was prior to me realizing, wait a minute, he actually doesn't have that, because having Kami there with his support passive and then still, getting the offensive gain from the links too would have been amazing, right? So he doesn't do that. He only has the 2-key Dragon Ball link, the Incredible Adventure. I think the other one's called Guidance of the Dragon Balls. So they did restrict him from that. So nonetheless, we still kind of jump in. Kami's not a bad unit to have. But when it comes down to it, you want to try to get Pandel instead because she has Infighter. So that's why she's here, not to mention her 30% attack support passive. Now, I just want to go ahead and say, I don't think this is the most refined way to do this. The funny thing is, if Goku was Roshi, this would be amazing. But I think we quit this one because Roshi's the 7th unit. We're not even going to see Roshi for that run at all. I don't think this is the most refined way to do this. And I've never really been good at running this event just in general. Like it's gimmicky. I never really was a fan of nuking in the game anyway. But it's still really cool to see the output. I think I'm going to come back and do a run where I mainly have orb changers and then I have the attack boosting items like the Bulmas, the double Bulmas, all that stuff that people do to get incredibly high numbers. But I will say that it's very refreshing to see the fact that Roshi can output this well with the way that, this works. So he does get support and he does get Fierce Battle here. So pay attention to how often my Tokoyaki, or whatever it is, actually works. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't, but it's a gimmicky way. What that does do, excuse me, And towards the end, I'll take on some of the older stages, by the way, where we don't have access to the items. But what that item does, though, is it gets an additional 5%. It does not stack. I have to use it sometimes twice to force the change. But it gives an additional 5% per tech orb obtained. So, like, that, too, is kind of stacking in there. It's like an attack gain item, basically. It is, but, like, it's you know what I'm saying. Like, it's like he were to have one of those aforementioned Bulma items. So, anyways, we'll see what happens here. All right, so what is this one? This one's not going to be bad. It's going to be over 50, I think. 61. Okay, see, that's with support and Fierce Battle, basically, only. Like, I'm sure he had some more in there. I'm not going to go over. I think Kami might have Brainiacs. If not, AGL Vegito from the World Tournament. I do not have him, but he'd be, you know, one of the options that you can use. I think, yeah, that's definitely Takoyaki. I was right. Yes, I just double-checked because OCD gets the best of me. All right. So I let that one run through, of course, because I want to get my clears when I can. You know, sometimes I don't, but sometimes I need to get that clear, man. So anyways, we do get the dub there versus the event, and we're going to run through again. So, like I said, ultimately, you want to get him alongside a Fierce Battle unit. Ideally, a support one. Like, really, I forgot to mention this, but really, you want to get him alongside Kid Buu and Pandel, because Kid Buu's obviously better than Turles. There's no reason not to. It's just a support unit with that powerful of a Fierce Battle passive. Or the Fierce Battle unit with that powerful of a support passive. There we go. So this isn't the right deck, but I will tell you right now, I think at some point I do go back to using it, because stupid last deck is annoying, and you'll see why in the future. But nonetheless, that's not the right deck, so we had to switch off and come back. That's an event, or the deck that I used that was footage prior to this, where I think I got a 69 million crit with that other deck. But that was before I realized that, wait, he doesn't link very well with Jackie Chun. Even though Jackie Chun's a support unit, he doesn't link super well there because of the fact that, what did I do here? I think I just screwed this one. I didn't even notice this. I might have been... I didn't even notice this. I did. I think I was talking. I think I was talking to Wendy. I literally didn't notice this. Holy crap. I was thinking that I put Kid Buu in the front spot. But you know what? I don't think this one works. I think this one doesn't even work anyway. I don't think the Takoyaki changed it. Yeah, see, it didn't even work anyway, so it didn't wind up mattering. But I didn't notice. I meant to leave Kid Buu in the front. But yeah, I finally got Kid Buu alongside Roshi, and it doesn't work. That's pretty embarrassing. I literally didn't know that was in there. Anyways, though, I forgot what I was saying. But yeah, they do have all the friends here automatically. And I think this is where I start using the auto deck accidentally. Yeah, I do. Because I was talking. Yeah, we were on our way to go see Captain Marvel, I think. Wasn't the best movie, but it wasn't bad. I enjoyed it. Okay. So right here, yeah, this is what I was saying. Like, Jackie Chun, you know, he has the Dragon Ball link. If the Master Roshi did have that, it would work just fine. That would be basically his best friend. But unfortunately, since he doesn't, it doesn't work that way. Next round, though, we do have Roshi. So right here, I was like, you know what? Let me try to use the Takoyaki early. Hopefully, maybe it'll change some orbs. That'll be useful, right? And I just was like, let me just do it early and see if maybe it won't stall out, you know, next round. Because what I was trying to do is eliminate as many orbs as possible. I didn't want to have that many orbs. See, right here, there's not many orb options. There's just a couple, and I can get that yellow with the first spot unit. Typically, that really pissed me off. Hold on, that really pissed me off because I was like, wait a minute, what? That wasn't a green orb, but I clicked the yellow orb, and it was technically a green orb in the game's files. That's a glitch. It really pissed me off because I purposely was like, oh yeah, I'll go here and I'll leave, you know, him in the front spot. But it didn't wind up mattering. I think on this run it was perfectly fine. But nonetheless, I tried to eliminate all the orbs as possible, as many orbs as possible. So it did wind up mattering. That's right. That's why it pissed me off, because the thing was like, oh yeah, here you go. We're gonna give him the yellow orb, but it's not gonna really be a yellow. It's actually a green orb, but you don't see that it's a green orb. So I would have definitely put him in the front spot because he didn't need to be in the middle at all. And I would have, of course, changed the rest of the orbs there. See, like, this is just kind of the nature of running this event. The nature of running this event is you want to get a perfect rotation, but it's so incredibly uncommon to get one. Like, these two units right here would have been perfectly fine alongside Roshi, but it's always Goku in that last spot instead of who needs to be there actually, right? So right here, I have Roshi again with one support, and this time I'm like, you know what? Before I change the orbs, do I put Roshi in the front or what? Let's see how the orbs come out first. You know, let me see how they start changing a little bit, and we'll try to leave Roshi in the front. But ideally, you would like to get Kid Buu, Pandel, whoever, right? It doesn't really matter. You want to get double supports, but it just doesn't happen. Because the game is cruel like that. And it's like, you know what? We don't want to give it to you. So it didn't work, but this one I think does work. Oh, man. Yeah, there it is. So the nature of that item is like, you know, it's just weird. It's like that item on its surface, and then also the nature of this event. It was like a lot of forces were working against me. 28 million, 28.5. I think this is a 69 million crit. 68 million. I had almost that exact same attack stat on my own run, and it was 69 million, which is I think where the damage in the thumbnail is going to be. I don't think that's actually in this video though. And this is my last run where I just brought some orb changers instead. So thank you all for tuning in. Hope you guys enjoyed. Hit that subscribe if you were new for more content. And again, this is the older stage where you cannot use items. So this is just more natural damage. And boom. Have an awesome day, everyone. And I'll catch all of you guys in the next one.